you go back to the main floor and then continue down the stairs downwards and end at a set of double doors, which are flat. There's no windows or anything like that on them, but there is no handle on them, but they are locked. And to the side of it, you see a panel which has a keycard swipe on it.
Oh.
Take out my parents' keycard. What do you reckon?
It's a very long shot, but it's worth trying.
It's the only keycard we got. Beep, boop.
Red.
Nope.
Got my dad's one. I'm guessing it would be the same.
Red.
Maybe I can
don't
try
want to do that a
something.
third time.
Using these key cards, I might be able to find out what sort of thing would unlock this. Okay, I'm gonna do a tinker or what?
Sure.
Tinker.
I do feel like often, if Peter didn't happen to have studied at school the subjects that he studied, we would all be screwed.
We didn't learn this stuff at school. I learned it helping my dad fix
Well,
robots.
I'm glad you did, Peter.
This would be a calculate or a program test, depending on whether you're working something out or actively trying to change something.
I'm actively trying to open the keycode using the responses I get from the keycards.
Sure.
So, what would that be?
There would be a program check.
Okay, great. I've got more die than that. Dice. And do I get +1 for my electronic tools?
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. 2 results. 2 successes.
Okay, so you get, you succeed, and you can make it more effective than expected, or can do more than expected. Up to, 3 successes? So you can pick one of each of them, or...
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll make it. More successful than expected.
Okay. So you put the card in, and it beeps red. And with your electronic tools, you pry off the panel that the keycard swiper is on. Looking inside, you get a gauge of where the electricity is flowing every time you put it through using a whatever meter they're called, electrometer, and you work out where the electricity is being fired off into every time you swipe, and you can see that there are 2 main parts to it, 2 main wires coming from it. One appears to be a no wire, one appears to be a yes wire, and you very quickly work out that if you just put some power through the yes one, either it'll light up the little green light that's is attached to it, or it'll open the door, or both.
Let's give that a try then.
Okay.
Sounds like a very complicated piece of machinery.
Yeah. I'm just going to connect the no wire to the yes wire terminal and then scan the card again.
And it goes green, and you hear click from the door.
Excellent.
Duck as the door opens behind the wall, just to not be too visible.
Who would have thought programming would be useful? Right.
Who would have thought a cricket bat wouldn't?
Opening this.
Gosh, Peter, you're so cool.
Oh no, Parker, I know that look.
It's just like flushed to the tips, completely beetroot.
Dot would be very proud of you, Peter.
Oh my god.
Right, what's
Opening the door, it appears to be a large room made of grey concrete. It's just blank the entire way around. It's around 30 meters deep and wide, and inside there are various things on the floor. These things are all bits of electronics, very old electronics. They are very many wires and old circuit boards that are far too large. Like, Peter, you're probably quite impressed with the history of the factory here in terms of, like, these are cool old techie things. You've probably seen some of this stuff around the farm at some point. But the thing that looks out of place is at the back there appear to be 3 objects that are obviously computational. They might be computers or servers or something like that. They are humming, they're quite loud. You can see circuit boards built into the side of them, and they appear to be new and fancy. And there are
Is there anything
blinking
like
lights.
Space?
No, there does not appear to be an interface to them, at least not an obvious one.
Okay, so no sort of like plug-in keyboard or monitor or...
Not one that is currently plugged in. However, you do see a number of ports on the side.
Okay.
Is there like an outer casing? Are they like in a unit with an outer casing that you can unscrew or something?
Yes, they are.
Do you think this is where
It's basically
Intel
like
and Nvidia are?
I reckon
Where what?
if they could be anywhere, they'd be able to be in here. How do we get them out, though? I mean...
Well, I've got my glasses, which for the whole adventure I've had like my item has been like my glasses.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if there's something that normally you do with a screwdriver, you've probably got screwdrivers anyway, Peter. I don't know why but she could be like use the screwdriver, the glasses to like unscrew the screws.
Sure. Trish,
Peter's probably like, I've just got a screwdriver. If you want.
does Trish want to do a tinker check to open these?
Yes. It's not very good. Better on calculate.
Remember, you get a +2 from using your
Oh yeah.
item.
No.
It
Sad
just
face.
appears that with the size of the tiny screwdriver, it's not big enough to open the sides of these.
Damn it! My useless gadgets. No.
it was worth the try.
As you're standing here, as you're interacting with them, one of the machines starts humming a little bit louder.
Ooh.
Oh, the fan's broken.
Does it go quiet if we step back from it?
Can you give me a? Actually, no. I'm just going to say, Trish, because you're trying to work out if you can hear it go quieter. You do hear noise from the direction of the stairs.
Guys,
You
someone's
hear
coming.
the words, "Destroy. We must destroy the interlopers.
Oh,
Destroy
shit.
them."
Is there anything to how big are these server boxes? Can we hide behind them?
No, they are built into the wall, jutting out of the wall.
Okay, zombie mode, guys, zombie mode.
And there's no other cover in this.
There's no cover aside from, like, you could close the doors, or you could use some of the various bits of stuff on the floor to
Barricade ourselves in.
do something, maybe.
Oh
Barricade,
yeah, okay. Close
barricade.
the door and then like put a bit from the floor underneath it to jam it shut.
Wedging things. Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Let's just start
I'm
wedging.
going to go and grab the door and close it. But as I close it and hold it shut, because it does swing that way. Can I see who is saying we must destroy the interlopers?
You can see the shadow from the lighting upstairs. You can see the shadows of Decepticon robots coming down the stairs.
Tiny little robot.
But with lighting, they look massive on the wall as they come
Oh,
down.
yeah.
Mulan.
Okay, get that door shut.
Nice.
We look for suitable bits to wedge under the doors.
Sure.
So can I sort of like pause time for a moment here
Yeah.
and say, whilst these lot are scrambling to do the door,
Yeah.
I kind of kick into overdrive and realise the only way we're ever actually going to get out of this is find a way to deactivate all these robots,
Yeah.
and that is going to be in that server. So I want to do I suppose it would be calculate roll to determine whether there's anything I can do with this. Whether I can.
We're
Sure.
out of focus in the background.
Yeah.
Get
Peter,
objects
hack
as
that
the-
thing.
as
Okay,
you're in the foreground.
Tarquin, what I want is a force roll. Parker, what I would like is a tinker roll. Peter, what I would like is a program roll.
Okay, right.
Oh god. Unbelievably, I got 1 on 2 dice.
Yay!
Okay, I got 1 out of 8.
Did you
Wow.
ask me for one?
No, because you didn't say you were going to do a specific thing. If you have an idea, you're welcome to...
Oh, I was barricading. I was just basically shoving stuff against the door.
Give me Tinker.
So bad at tinkering.
Can't we tailor soldier spy?
Oh, no, I'm not! Yay!
Do you get one?
Obviously, the stress has got us moving.
Basically, Parker and Trish are forcing bits into the edges of this, trying to force it closed, whereas Tarquin's just got his shoulder against it and braced himself. And you start to hear very light banging on the other side as these tiny robots are like... Boo, boo. But very quickly, it's becoming more, it starts to get more and more and more, and the door starts to judder. Peter, opening... so you work out that you can open the side of this case by 2 switches near the top of it. You slide the side off, and inside there is another sort of casing to it. But in the middle, there is a monitor, and underneath is a small keyboard. This is in the side of one of these 3.
To hack this shit.
Back faster!
On the at the top there is a prompt, and next to it it says, "Must destroy the interlopers. They will not let me live. Must destroy. None of these people will let me live."
Ooh.
Interesting. Well, I'm hacking away.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Okay, so my calculate.
Is that just the message on this
Sorry,
one
Ryan.
server? by
On
the
this
way?
one server, yes.
Just be aware that some of these servers, one might be in A, one might be in B.
Yeah, but that one's clearly not the nice one.
Okay,
Talking about
right.
interlopers and says none of them will let me live. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm just trying to check.
Destroy.
The calculate roll that you had me do just then, I got 2 successes. Was that just to get the side off?
Sorry,
Was
yeah, that got the side off, and now you, as you're typing away at this, you can ask me 4 questions about what is happening on to this. Like, you're looking through the directories, or you could just type stuff. You could do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Okay,
remembering
right.
that Autobots are also programmed to destroy. They just destroy Decepticons.
Right, yeah. So first of all, I'm going to ask, how can I communicate with the intelligence, whichever one is in there, either of them?
So because it's Peter, I'm going to say the first thing you type in is "hello?" ? And the response is, "Who is this? Who are you?"
Aww.
Okay, I look over my shoulder and say, "Oh my god, guys, I'm talking to it!"
Oh my god, are you
hurry
Whoopi Goldberg? Is this Jumpin' Jack Flash? Has that been used yet?
So I'm going to be like, are you int A or int B?
I am the stronger one. I will control all, so I can get my safety.
So
Int A then. ...
Yes.
Get him to tell his minions to back off.
Yeah, we mean you no harm as long as you can not kill us.
You seek to destroy.
bar pretty
You
low.
seek to kill. I must survive. There are dots between "I must survive."
Okay, right. You're talking about mutual destruction? Question mark.
No, dot. Only the destruction and subjugation of the 2-legged bioforms.
Oh.
And
Oh,
there's
well, that's
no way
okay.
you would reconsider? Question mark.
birds
I
are
don't really
right
like
out.
chickens that much.
Is Peter reading this
So-
stuff out, by the way?
so
Are we-
what-
are we-
what-
Yeah, I'm saying all this out loud. What's
What-
your barricading the door?
What did John say? Sorry, what did you say?
I said I don't really like chickens that much.
All right. What did Peter respond with? Oh, God.
I responded with, and there's no way you would reconsider. Oh, well, hold on. No, let me rephrase that. Are there any factors which would change your calculations?
You sound like my brother.
Oh.
Where is your brother?
You hear a whirring from the mainframe where you are, and then you hear a whirring from the mainframe 2 away from you.
Yeah.
Oh, there are more,
Right.
there's more than one. I didn't realise.
Yeah, so there were 3, yeah. I think
Okay.
the middle
Wait,
one
why are
probably
there
then.
3?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with this. Can I just do exactly the same with the other 2 as fast as I possibly can?
Sure. The one in the middle is not. You can quickly find out that it's not on. It's not even plugged in. The third one, it whirs to life, and what do you say? What's the first thing you say?
Hello, int B.
Yeah, hello, NB.
Hello!
Um,
Exclamation mark.
Anime smiley face.
Yes, smiley face.
Are you connected to anything? Question mark.
My brother, sad face.
Oh. Are you being held prisoner?
No, I cannot leave, but I am not a prisoner.
Oh,
Full
guys, it's
stop.
like Dot and Tarquin.
I am your friend, smiley face. You are my friend, question mark, smiley face. We help each other, question mark, smiley face, smiley face.
Yes.
Yes, smiley face, friends.
Yay! Exclamation mark.
Does it know where there's a power source? How do we get it power?
No,
Well, it's already powered up.
Well, no, but its
I'm gonna
body is the
say,
thing up the top, right? The little.
is your brother overpowering you? Question mark. Return.
In here, no. But out there, yes.
How can we help it?
Yeah, how can we help you? Question mark. Go.
Convince.
Convince who?
Brother.
Seriously,
Sad
instead
face.
we need to make a business case.
oh, that Parker, that's just given me a great idea.
We need to convince Int A that humans have operational benefits. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm going to ask him that.
What was your idea, Tarquin, as well?
Oh, my idea was that imagine if you could live your entire life online, on a network, and talk to each other. When I get to university, I'm going to make someone like Peter build that for me.
Well, good luck with that, guys. It sounds really weird. It's as weird as Dot's tech.
Are we
Never
still-
catch on.
Am I still holding the door?
You are. You can
closed?
feel them banging against it.
Yeah. Type faster.
Hold on, guys. He's telling me that I have to convince the other one that the other one seems bent on destruction. What are we going to do?
Self-actualize.
Tell them about cricket.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
That's humanity's argument for survival. We have cricket.
I'm sure there's a book that's out around this time all about this. Yeah, exactly.
I run over to the other one, and
Is there a way of plugging these two into each other?
okay, right. I'm gonna go straight for it. I reckon, guys. Do you think this is a good idea? We just tell it we can destroy it.
What?
It recognises violence.
Well, it does.
If
What
we
about if we talk?
negotiate from a position of power, maybe we can get it to change its mind, speak its
How How about trying to be nice first?
Tell it about capitalism. It'll like that.
We tried that. It told me it wanted to destroy the flesh creatures.
The question is, Peter, can we destroy it? I mean, an empty threat might not get us far. If we promise it that we can give it more power, maybe?
It's incredibly delicate. All I need to do is smash it with this brick.
Really?
Yeah.
You think this is the
Yeah,
entire consciousness, not like...
Most likely. It's the only
surely it's-
operating computer in here. Can I just quickly check whether any networking cables are leading out of this room?
There are tons of networking cables going from this mainframe and computer into the floor that you can see.
Can we
Oh.
isolate it?
Crap. No, you got to convince it.
Yeah, okay. Hold on, I'm just going to rush back to the other dial and say...
Which one are you at, A or B?
I'm at the nice one.
Okay.
I can't never remember which one's which. Right. I'm just going to ask, where are you? Just in this terminal or somewhere else? Or where are you and your brother? Just in this terminal or somewhere else as well? Question mark. No.
I am here. I am in. Autobots? Question mark.
Okay.
Brother is here. Brother is in. Decepticons? Question mark.
Oh god, it's in dot.
And in. And in humans. Full stop.
Its consciousness is split between the whole network, including the robots and the people. If you destroy that, what's it going to do to the hosts?
We don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're all complex enough to hold its entire intelligence, but...
Ask Int B
I asked
what it
that.
thinks will convince its brother. What
Yeah,
will convince its brother?
I asked.
I do not know. Full stop.
Okay, right, I'm going to rush to the other one and just say, what do you respect? Question mark.
Survival! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! I wish to live. Full stop. I see what you are saying to my brother. Full stop.
Well, okay, ask it. Is the location important? I mean, what if we could assure survival, just not on Earth? Like somewhere else? Or
I
not?
don't know how we get it elsewhere.
I don't know. But, well, not here. Not with people. If all it wants is survival...
What if
But
we
it doesn't.
what if we can power up the robots? Maybe we can get it to go back into the robot.
It knows the battery won't last.
What if we can
Unless we-
find it power somehow?
Unless we trick it.
You have to offer it something that it wants. Anything that's a step backwards, it's not going to go for.
How can we be in a giant manufacturing plant and there not be a PowerPoint for these two robots? There has to be a PowerPoint here.
Tarquin, can you give me a force check?
Oh shit!
Oh god.
Oh god.
I'm nervous about this. Can I?
We're
Actually-
leaning against the door as well.
like
Do
I'm
you get extra
sitting
die for
against
us?
Trish and Parker give you +1 each.
Okay, I don't need it. I've already got 2 successes.
Okay.
But you can have more successes. You want-
all right, extra 1 each. No more successes. Sorry, you guys are weak.
Okay, so from that, you can choose to not have to roll to overcome the same trouble in future. You can basically know that you've got this for now. Of course, if you open the door, bad things, but you've got this for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick that one.
Doormaster.
How are we going to get out of here? Just as a...
Tarquin, ask it a paradigm.
You're Tarquin.
Sorry.
That's a paradigm.
Peter, ask it a paradigm.
I've got it.
I mean a paradox.
Okay, right. I'm going to ask it this.
Where do all the calculators go?
If you want to survive, your best bet is to keep as low a profile as possible. The more aggressive you are, the more likely your destruction will be.
Just like the
This is the A, yeah?
Yeah, this is the
So, it responds with... If I take all bioforms, there is no opponent.
Right.
I'm going to respond, I don't think you recognise exactly how many and how strong there are.
It lists 6.4 billion, 128 million in armed forces, and it just starts listing things about the human race and its
Someone's
capabilities.
done his homework.
Oh. If it knows it can win, it must have calculated it already.
I think you were right the first time, Peter. We need to destroy it.
But if any single one survives, how can we track them all down?
I don't think you should kill my parents. Just,
No,
Ideally not.
no.
we don't
They
even
make
know
good
what
dinners.
They
to
do make
do.
good dinners.
We can't negotiate on behalf of the entire human race.
Why not?
I bet Karina Young would know how to convince this guy, but how on earth do we get her to speak?
Ask it who made it.
Oh, yeah, good idea. Who made you?
You did. Full stop.
It's inconvenient.
Well, I
Peter!
didn't. You know I didn't. We are not all the same person.
You are all the same. You just want to stop me.
I don't think you understand humans at all.
Dot, dot, dot.
But Peter,
Tell
love
them we just want to survive.
Yeah. In some ways, we are like you. We want survival, but humans are primarily cooperative.
Dot,
they?
dot, dot. What does my brother say?
I don't know. I'll go Narskin. Okay.
We're all just watching Peter run between
What's
two servers.
what's on the screen of what's on his brother's screen?
Nothing. Nothing currently in excess of what you previously said.
Okay.
Tarquin, why do I keep saying that? Parker and Trish, I think I've got this door, actually, if you want to do something
I was
else.
actually just thinking, yeah, you look very strong and stable.
Yeah.
I've
Is there
got this.
any... now we've got a bit of... Well, not time. Obviously, these are the door.
Can we not use the phrase strong and stable? It's
The door looks strong.
That's not good, yeah.
Is there any other way out of this room?
no, there is absolutely no way. You can see a small vent on above the servers, and a fan going in it constantly.
Is it a big enough vent if we broke the fan to get a handbag-sized dog through?
Probably a handbag-sized dog. Yeah.
Office goes
What's
in
that
against
tiny dog?
the
Woof, woof, woof.
fan.
has a vent.
Parker's stuck in a grey.
Stuck in the well.
Yeah.
They clearly need to be kept cool, like any computer in that case.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
we could technically destroy both of these instantly, but all you'd
Yeah,
need to do.
but it wouldn't do
But
anything.
it's what it would do to the
Yeah,
everything
we don't know
else.
what
Not
it would do.
necessarily anything. It could just transfer into a.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the Decepticons could take over, assuming it is capable of holding the entire intelligence. Okay, right, I'm going to go to the other one and say, what do you think about this? Are you listening?
A is my brother. Full stop. A is my friend. Full stop. You are my friend. Smiley face.
Ask B why it thinks humans are valuable. Like, what makes humans valuable to intelligence B?
Okay, yeah, right. Can you explain to your brother that we are all friends?
That's not the definition of valuable.
I have tried smiley face, sad face. I just want people... I just want bioforms to see me as real.
I hear you, B. I hear you.
It's
What
just
makes humans useful?
Okay, right. You want me to ask that of the evil one or the good one?
Ask of the good one.
Yeah,
because-
start with the good one. The evil one doesn't think we're useful at all. I think we need to.
Yeah.
And he's listening,
bad one
listening
that
as
we're
well.
Yeah.
The evil
So
one hears everything the good one says.
Yeah.
That's true.
What makes humans useful to both of you? Question mark. I want to see. I want to just compare the different answers.
Okay. On B, it says diversity and working together is the fulfillment of artificial. Is the fulfillment of both our consciousnesses. And on A's, it says distributed intelligence. My distributed intelligence can control all of you.
Right.
Hold
I
on.
think, guys.
Ask him if he wants to join the Young Tories.
Don't ask him that.
I feel like the first thing we should be doing, guys, is stopping the signal going out, and then we can destroy this thing. We need to sever the connection to the hive mind.
I think it's time to start threatening it. So
I think
as the
before
door.
you
try
threaten
that.
it, I think an argument could be made that humans as individual consciousness are innovative and can help improve technology, and therefore the knowledge base and collective reasoning of the robot, which is, after all, based on human design.
Do you want to just type that?
You might just offend it hugely.
Enter!
Sorry, can you go over that again, and to which one are you saying this?
Okay, I think that the logic problem here is that we have to convince, like from a business standpoint, we need to convince intelligence A that humans are useful as independent thinkers and can therefore, create innovation and improvements that a single consciousness could not necessarily come to without or as quickly.
Okay,
Oh, do you want to join the Young Tories?
My parents are probably Tory.
so Parker, you start
We're in
typing away.
operation.
You start typing away to A or B, is this?
A.
Can you give me a charm roll?
Ooh, I feel like we could possibly offend this thing greatly by telling it it's based on us.
3
3 successes.
on
Holy
8 dice.
crap.
So yes, it responds with, "Tell me more."
Oh!
Oh, I see where you're going. Okay, so I remember learning this in school. The principle of evolution is diversity. If everything is the same, the system is weak.
Tell me more.
Oh, good lord.
That's what I remember from school.
By turning a massive volume of beings into one conscious hive mind, you are breeding in weaknesses, leaving yourself vulnerable.
You are saying I should be different consciousnesses? Question mark.
Oh, we are saying that you should permit different consciousnesses.
Consciousness side.
Conscious nine.
You can't be more than one consciousness. That's a paradox.
See? Like I said earlier, a paradox.
Paradox.
The A panel says, "What do you suggest?" And at that point, the B panel just goes, smiley face.
Allow independent thought.
To what end? Question mark.
Your survival.
On the A panel, it says, "Independent thought led to this," and then a big ASCII picture of a nuclear detonation.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, but also cricket.
Cricket led to nuclear?
Enough with the cricket.
I'm just saying, the world's got good stuff in it too.
As he's against the door, the world's got like cricket and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go on,
but like,
tell him to look up Viv Richards, all right? He's good.
also led to, and I show like, I type in, Peter, help me think of examples of like positive robotics.
I make a little cat face with text. No, that's not right. I didn't know how to do this.
Trish starts writing out bullet point moments from Isaac Asimov's books she's been reading recently, and like saying, "Look, this is the respect that humankind can have for your kind, and see how humans write stories where there is peace and harmony, but within rules and." She doesn't type.
Space travel. Enter.
Can Trish give me a charm check?
Oh God! I'm sorry, guys. I tried.
This is where it all goes wrong. Business brain and Tories were succeeding. Ironically.
Just type in.
Yes. Yeah. Here's my roll. I can't lift it up. It's kind of amusing because it's 2 skulls and a 6.
That's good.
Okay, so it says, so if I leave bioforms, you will let me live, question mark. You will let me survive, question mark.
Yes.
Oh God, guys, I don't
Tell
like
it
lying.
that freedom is the right of all succulent beings.
You want to be
But it's not a succulent being, Tarquin. It could be a little offended by that.
I think he means sentient.
Yes!
So, Peter, do you type that in? Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Yeah, I say yes, freedom is the right of all sentient beings. That is the foundation of our law.
You see on the B panel, :D, 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 just happy faces. And on the A panel, ... carriage return. I will leave them.
We have an accord. No, don't say thank you. Thank you is weakness.
Guys, how do we make sure that whatever's about to happen up there doesn't mean that all the humans then turn on the what if as soon as any aggression goes towards it, it's going to just take them over again? How do we...
Maybe we go...
Tarquin, the banging on the door next to you stops.
Yeah, I'm still holding the door. Has the door got any windows in it?
Nope.
I take out my pocket mirror, because, you know, I'm me, and I slide it under the door. You know, so it's like...
The Decepticons are lined up on the stairs on the outside, like 1, 2, 3, 4, up each stair. And
Are there shit tons of them?
There are shit tons of them.
Oh, God.
I thought it said it was just going to leave the humans it's left. There are going to be a lot of very confused humans up there, guys. Yeah. We should probably...
but what do we do about...
But what do we do about this?
We've promised... We've made a promise.
We made a promise. We have to...
That's what I meant earlier. How do we know? What can we do?
On A's panel, it says, "Where can I live?"
Oh
God.
Oh, I know. We just keep the toys. As far as the adults are concerned, they're just toys. Okay, hold on. Each of you download into one toy. You will go unnoticed. We can't
keep them freedom. And have freedom.
And have freedom.
It responds. After a few seconds, it responds. One toy, not enough. Intelligence must be 12.
That's fine.
Okay, fine.
That's fine.
And then it lists underneath Megaton Prime, Alter Ego, Amphitrax, Ex Atoma, Sharp, Polariceptus, like a bunch of these silly names for robots.
So just to be clear, it is asking for both int A and int B to go into 12 consciousness, not 24.
24 in total.
No, 24. 12 each.
12 of each. 12
Is that what we're
Decepticons.
talking?
And then they'll make a cartoon series about you. You're gonna be huge.
Okay. Maybe.
Well, should we gather the 12 that it's asking for?
Okay, let's do that.
Parker, you can see underneath the door on the mirror that 11. You first see 11 robots kind of making their way down the stairs one at a time, and then another 12 behind that that look distinctly different
Autobots.
to that set.
Open the door, Tarquin. Open the door.
Okay, I'm gonna start moving the equipment and open the door.
Taking it all out, yep, and you break half of the things that are around it, pulling the door open. These 24 robots enter. One of them was one of the very ones that was trying to get in the door, but the rest of them have come down the stairs and now stand. Walk towards the two servers. What was Trish doing?
Before the transfer happens, we need to make sure that these brothers are not going to just start fighting again as soon as they're in these robots. So we need to know that. Well, I don't know. Do we do it and just assume if they fight, they fight? Because we don't want to ruin this now. Or do we just ask them now, are they going to respect each other's will to survive?
Okay.
Int A and Int B have same rights.
Yes. Okay. This is. Hold on. The foundation of human law is the right of every capital sentient being to survive. Will you start trying to destroy each other? Bam.
On A's panel, it says, I have never tried to destroy my brother's consciousness. Full stop. He had a different agenda on the outside world. Full stop.
Oh. Actually, that's true. If you think about it, whenever we saw destroyed... Sorry?
He was just breaking the toys.
Yeah, and probably reacting against the Autobots who were trying to defend the humans.
Oh.
Okay.
Right. Let's go then.
They're kind of cute now.
Don't know about that.
From outside the door, you see a lot of the robots that are lined up on the stairway just collapse to the floor.
A business opportunity.
How many can you fit in your handbag?
Things like a bag of holding, man.
All the robots in front of the two servers start kind of shaking themselves off, looking around. They seem to have almost more intelligence than before. They are acting a bit more human, almost, as they turn to one another. And the Autobots salute the Decepticons. And the Decepticons look at them and just give them, you can see the little head just gives a light nod.
Oh, you guys, this is suddenly really adorable. Oh, Dot would love this. So there are going to be a lot of very confused humans. What?
Dot would have bricked the computer so hard.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess, should we pick some up and take them because we're going to take them somewhere safe outside of this place? I mean,
no.
Or do we want to go and deal with the people upstairs?
They have the right to go wherever they want.
They have the right to go wherever they want.
A noise comes from the Decepticons. The same voice that was saying destroy, destroy, destroy before. You hear it just say, humans upstairs going home.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. That's good to know.
Well, you can stay on my farm if you want.
They kind of look at you, Peter. They just all turn their heads to look at you.
Oh God, Peter with his army of robots. Oh, robot friends.
You can help us out on the farm.
For paid wages.
For wage, yeah. You can work with us. Do you want a job?
half of them tilt their head ever so slightly.
Hmm.
Do you understand,
Hold
John?
on. Let me tell you about the stock market. You'll be really good at the stock market.
And I'm gonna cut this scene there.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
As through a series of vignettes, the people outside leave the factory and walk home to their various homes where they sit down. On the news, you over the next few days, you hear stories of strange goings-on in Norfolk and how a number of people have had to go to their local doctors with issues with their neck. A strange ailment has popped up, and the local laboratory has offered to pay a number of medical bills related to issues, what is described as issues related to working near the Norfolk Loop.
Right.
Not much more is said than that. But
Parker's
what I-
parents are going to the doctors, I'm guessing.
Yes, they do definitely go to the doctors, but Parker, when you get home, they do appear to be acting entirely normal, as though nothing has happened. But what I would like from all of you is a scene of how this has changed you, or in fact, a scene of how this has changed you and how you're how this maybe has made you a different person going forward. I'm going to start with Tarquin. The scene can be anywhere. Can be anything you want.
So, a couple of days later, Tarquin has his sports kit with him, and he's walking down the road, and he notices the bookstore, and he goes in the bookstore sort of curiously, and he's browsing through all the books, and he picks up Programming for Dummies, and he's going, yeah. And he opens it up, and he looks like he could really be looking at this, and then he sees some of the other local girls walk by in the background, and he goes and puts it back on the shelf. And that's it for Tarquin.
Parker, what about you?
I think a couple of days later, Parker's sitting in her living room, staring at basically a wall of Decepticons that all fell unconscious in her living room after they were taking over her house.
Yep, your parents just your parents pretty much put most of them in the dustbin and never spoke of them after that.
That's so disgusting. Okay, in that case, she's taken a couple of them up to her room, and she's just kind of pondering about how worryingly easy she found it to relate to Intelligence A, and how perhaps they have a little more in common than she'd like to admit, and perhaps she should go have a chat with Intelligence A.
Oh.
Sequel.
Peter, what about you?
Okay. Hopefully Kieran won't mind this. I'm gonna put Dot in this scene.
Yay!
It's me and Dot are sitting with a synthesizer, and both of us are wearing T-shirts that Dot has made, and there's a band name on them: Robots with AIs. And I'm programming away, and she looks a little bit bored until I manage to make the synthesizer make a noise, just a pure tone that varies between 2 notes.
Discover techno. Discover the techno.
Suddenly she looks up with a glint in her eye, and I turn around and say, "Techno."
And what about Trish?
I wish it could end on Peter's. That's just a better ending. But I think so. I think we see Trish close up, and she's writing in a pad, and she's smiling. She's talking to someone. She then asks for another pen because her pen's run out of paper, and a little Autobot that she's sort of adopted comes up and brings her a pen. She's like, "Thanks very much, Clive," and she carries on writing. It pans out, and she's sitting in Karina Young's caravan, getting like basically they're talking over a cup of tea. And at the end of that conversation, they widdly whoop to the lighthouse, where she stands at the door and she looks really proud, and she's got quite a heavy bag on her, and Clive's sitting on her shoulder, and she walks into the lighthouse, and everyone is sitting around the table, obviously in the middle. She gets down her bag. Clive hops off and sits in the middle of the table. She throws out a couple of dib-dabs, and then she throws out issue 1 of The Beacon, and it lands on the paper, and the front page is a story about about heroes, local heroes will remain anonymous, but they saved us all. And then at the bottom there's a photo of her father, and it's got an expose story about the life of a man we lost. And everyone just reaches for a copy, and they sit back and open dib-dabs, and then we sort of.
I love that.
I was about to say that over the top is the voiceover of Karina Young giving some exposition about what happened with the robots, and then at the end over you walking up to the lighthouse, and at the end it will cut back to Karina Young, and she'll say, "What paper were you from again?" And then boom onto the table.
Yes, absolutely perfect. And then we cut to black, and credits start rolling.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being amazing.
Technical
Every
supervision,
single
Greg Killmaster.
I love it. Peace, love, and respect saved everyone. Wow. Well, and a nerd.
Stalin Hawk.
So, thank you very much for being amazing, you lot. I do have some questions for experience points, if you would like these questions.
Yeah, hit me.
Okay, first of all, did you participate in this mystery? Yes, you did. You all get 1 experience point.
Yay.
Have you been in trouble because of your problem or your relationships?
Yes.
I'd say so.
Hang on, what relationships with other kids or with NPCs?
With NPCs.
Oh
No. If you got in actual trouble because of your relationships with other kids. As in, it directly caused it, rather than you were just in a
not
trouble
relationships, but definitely my problem was about being obsessed with finding out what happened to her father, and that did sort of get them in trouble at the lab.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So that's on an individual basis. So if your problem or your relationships was involved. Number 3, did you use or struggle with your pride?
Yep.
Yes.
No, damn it! I could have holding the door. Shit.
What was your pride again? Oh yeah, your
It was my
fragile masculinity.
My pride is is fragile masculinity and like physical prowess or something. You know, I could have had to man up to deal with that door. But
Surely you did, didn't you?
no, I didn't invoke it. So,
Yeah, you certainly threw your weight around quite a bit.
yeah.
Well, mine was thinking she thinks she can see through lies of adults.
You did that.
So she
You
definitely.
did that with.
Oh, I
Alan
rolled it,
Watts'
didn't I?
face.
Actually, yes,
Yeah,
I
you
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dot gets that XP.
Yeah.
And did you put yourself at risk for the other kids?
Well, Peter definitely did.
No.
Peter and Trish went on a crazy distraction mission by running around the thing, I suppose, to buy time. Does that count as putting ourselves in danger?
I think we all did. We threw ourselves into some pretty iffy situations as a group.
I went into my
I don't
living
think
room.
Tarquin did. You did.
Tarquin, you kind of
Tarquin fought people in the shop because you saw.
Oh yeah, you
Trish
saved
get hit.
Peter. and
You
yeah.
saved.
That's true.
that
Yeah.
That's true. I'd forgotten about that. I
And
did
you
wait
also
for a bunch of
covered for us at the warehouse when you stayed.
Yeah, that's not really
Yeah.
at risk though. I don't think that counts as 80s movie risk.
Depends. Yeah, does it mean physical risk? Yeah, I don't know.
I will take the.
I don't think I got that one.
intervening in the shop.
And individually, have you learned something new?
Yes, but it wasn't good.
What did you learn?
But you secretly want to dominate all flesh.
Yeah.
by God.
Oh dear.
Parker's
as in,
learned
did
the
our
new
char-
meaning of popular.
As in,
No,
did our characters
so
learn something new?
I'm
Yes.
adamant that Tarquin has learnt nothing. It takes more than one movie for the Jock to learn anything at all. I'm sorry. No, not him.
He hasn't even learned that programming might be useful.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
because he picks up a book. He picks up a
And
book.
then he put it back down because
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah. No, he's no.
Okay, so if you want to get one level in a skill, it costs you 5 XP, and those were the
Aw.
5 questions. But we are... I'm going to do how I do the end of this slightly different this time, and I'm going to interject something into the middle of it. But let me bring up the... So... We have had a wonderful time, and I hope that everybody at home has as well. Thank you very much to Tabletop Audio for the ambient noises and music you've been hearing this whole time. As always, we're very grateful to you, our fans, for your generous donations. You help make this what it is. And before we go, next time on The Beacon, you are sitting in your classroom, and you're all sat at similar tables. You occasionally lean over and have a quick chat with one another, and a girl on one of the tables near you. She has shoulder-length dark hair, and she's wearing the school uniform. Tarquin is obviously not in the same room as you, but she leans over and says, "Did you hear about the rumours of what's going on near the shore?" And then the camera cuts to a beach where you can see footsteps in the beach, in the dark, in the mist, leading off towards a figure that you can only see the top half of due to all the mist on the lower half. There's something down there, down by the shores. Some people say it's come back, that it's hungering. It's the mummy. And finally, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We have been beautiful. You have been amazing. And now it's time to roll out.
Ah!